So I want to tell a little story about when to listen to the voices in your head and when not to, and how to listen to the voices in your head. This is something I learned about when I was in first grade. So just imagine this with the mustache and the belt buckle, but just like down like that, like Calvin-sized. That kind of sets the tone. So I was in first grade, I was in the cafeteria. I was sitting with a table of friends and we were getting a little rowdy, and this lunch monitor aide kind of walked by and she was like, "Boys, settle down, you're being too loud, you're being too wild, like just chill out." She walked away, and then we were like, "Yes, we will chill out. We will do a simple game." So we took one lunchbox and put it on one side of the table, and another lunchbox and put it on the other side of the table, and those were goals. And then the table was a soccer field, and we rolled up like a little wad of paper, and then our fingers were like little people, and little people ran around the table and kicked the soccer ball, and we were playing soccer. To us, it was like, this is very innocent. Like we have respected your request. For some reason, this woman, God bless her, must have been having a terrible day, because for whatever reason, she was flabbergasted at what we had created on the table, just so offended that we had somehow just sustained the chaos that we've been creating around the lunchroom, that she told us that we were all going to be going to the principal's office. It was the most devastating punishment that my school had to offer in my elementary school. And the way that it was often delivered was in the form of what was called the dreaded yellow slip. And the yellow slip means that you are going to, at some point, go to the principal's office. Not that day, but on some day, on an undisclosed date in the future, you will be going to the principal's office. And you have to take that slip home and have your parents sign it so that they know that you got in enough trouble to be sent to the principal's office. There was nothing worse that could have possibly happened to me in first grade than to be given a yellow slip. Devastated. I didn't know what to do. And what made things worse is that I grew up in a spanking household. So it also meant physical pain was coming my way. So I was reasoning through this in school that day, and then suddenly this divine revelation, this voice kind of spoke in my head and said, "What is a signature really?" It's a name written in cursive. Okay, well, I'm in first grade. I don't know how to write in cursive. But you know who does know how to write in cursive? Second graders. And I realized that one of my good friends had an older sister who rode with me on the bus who was in second grade. So in the moment that I realized this, such a relief just washed over me. My parents aren't going to find out about this. I'm not going to be crying. I'm not going to get spanked. I'm not going to be hurt. Everything's great. And there was this moment, I remember the exact moment when that relief settled over me. All of the boys were being released out of the classroom to go to the bathroom all at once. Terrible idea, by the way. But they would just release all the boys, and we'd all file into the boys' room. Also very weird because he put all these first graders in. I remember this one kid would just drop his pants all the way down to his ankles at the urinal for some reason, just pass out. And I don't understand why, but we're not in kindergarten anymore, bud. Pull him up. You gotta fly for a reason. So in any case, completely immaterial to the story I'm telling you right now, but I needed to stop there. Core memory, that image. As I'm walking to the bathroom, I hear a voice in my head, and it is the voice of Daniel Stern, best known as Marv from Home Alone, but second best known as the narrator of The Wonder Years. And I hear my life narrated like it is an episode of The Wonder Years. And I hear the voice of Daniel Stern say, "Everything was going fine." And to me, that was great news. Oh, everything is going fine. That's great. And so I felt really good, a good omen to hear the voice of Daniel Stern sardonically announce that everything was going fine. So I got on the bus. I got my friend's second grade sister to write my mom's name slowly and haltingly in her second grade cursive on the yellow slip. Stuck it in my backpack. It was a Friday. Went through the weekend. Sailed on through it. Not a care in the world. And then Monday morning rolls around, and I'm not even thinking about it. I'm about to get on the bus. The bus is minutes away. And I'm about to head out to the driveway to wait for the bus to arrive. And my mom says, "Hey, Cliff, wait. You forgot your lunch." And she runs up to my backpack, unzips my backpack, pulls my backpack open to put the lunch in, and then I just hear, "What's this?" And I see her pull out a yellow sheet of paper, upon which is, very crudely scrawled the name Christine Lewis in like what looks like an adult's left hand. Probably wouldn't have gotten away with it in any case. So suffice it to say, when the bus did arrive in my driveway, it arrived to this guy, but down this big with tears streaming down his face. And I got on the bus and I sat down, and in that moment, I learned a valuable lesson about the voices in our heads. And that lesson was, if you ever hear the voice of Daniel Stern sardonically announce in your mind that everything is going fine, it's not. And whatever it was you were planning to do, don't do the thing.